Module 4 Forces Shaping the Hotel Business.
Good day everyone, my name is Elaine Tigueroa and I will be your reporter the topic the economics of the hotel business. First, I will talk about what is a cyclical business in economic of the hotel business. In a cyclical business, the demand for hotel rooms rise and fall with the business cycle. Generally, the demand for hotel rooms change direction in direct relation to the economy but lags behind in by several months. In any local market, the hotel business is likely to have its own cycle related to the supply of demand for rooms, as well as the demand for them. However, the cycle generally starts with the demands for rooms potential or actual. Perhaps the easiest way to see this cycle is to work through an imaginary but quick realistic example. In hotel business is a cyclical business, meaning it has a season of up and downs, depending on the demand and supply of hotel rooms. Hotel business profit rises and falls. If the demand to the hotel rooms rises or hindi enough ang supply ng hotel rooms, prices of each room increases and therefore mas malaki yung profit. Sa kabilang side naman, if the demand for hotel room decreases, bababa ang price for hotel rooms and bababa ang magiging profit nila. Therefore, demand and supply dictates the status of hotel business. Hotel cycles and financial performance. In an ideal world for hotel, the demands for rooms would equal or exceed the supply of room. Pricing of rooms could therefore be maximized, resulting in higher average room rates. In reality, however, supply the demand cannot be precisely calculated or predicted. In year 2001 had a significant negative impact on the number of people traveling. The operating profit for the average U.S. hotel dropped 19.4% in 2001, as followed by a 9.6% drop in profit for 2002. The domestic recovery following September 11 started in the third quarter of 2003. The year of 2005 showed profits in the hotel industry of 15.5% and has the greatest increase since 1996. Except for the Mississippi and Louisiana areas hit by Hurricane Katrina in the early fall of 2005. Hotel occupancy for 2005 equal or exceeded their long-term average with strong gains in average room rates. The year 2005 profit of the hotel industry of 15.5% has the greatest increase since 1996. In 2006, there has 7.5% growth in total revenue. In 2007, there has 4.1% total revenue increase with profit gains for the years. Based upon the case that we've studied, we can see that there's a low profit in the year 2001 and 2002, and it's starting to rise in the third quarter of the year of 2003, and it's growing more in 2005. When there is tragic happen, the demands of the hotel falls, and it takes so many years to recover, just like what happened to us today. When the pandemic hits worldwide, the economy going down and the demands of the hotel going down as well because of the restriction of government, especially for the tourists. We all know that before the pandemics hit in our country, the demands of the hotel are rising because of the tourism, but when the pandemics hit its fall, and it almost 2 years we've been experienced the low demands of the hotel.
Revenue per available rooms, a well-established measure over the years in evaluating hotel performance, has been revenue per available rooms. Revenue per available rooms resulting from the rental of guest rooms is the key of source revenue for the lodging industry. The logical question will be what drives profitability greater in revenue per available rooms, growth, occupancy, or room rate. According to PKF Hospitality Research, when revenue per available rooms growth is dominated by occupancy increases, there are also costs in devising the extra rooms and guests. Therefore, the gains in profit are less. Sa isang hotel, kinakailangan na masuri ang revenue per available rooms dahil dito tinitingnan o mini-measure yung guest na pwede sa isang room, kung ilan lang yung kasya, kung magkano yung ibabayad nung guest dun sa nirentahan niyang rooms per night man yan o per day. Ang revenue per available rooms din ay makakatulong upang lumago ang isang industry. Kapag lumago ang isang industriya o kapag lumalaki yung RevPAR, mas tumataas yung occupancy. At syempre, andun yung mga gastos sa pagserbisyo para sa mga karagdagang rooms and guests. Revenue per available rooms is performance measure used in the hospitality industry. RevPAR is calculated by multiplying a hotel's average daily room rate by its occupancy rate. RevPAR is also calculated by dividing total room revenue by the total number of rooms available in the period being measured. As an example, if you have 10 rooms in your hotel and 1,000 average income per night, then your revenue for available room would be 100. This means that for every available room, you on average make 1,000 multiplied by 10 equals 100. Hotel as real estate. Hotels may be built because an area or community development needs the property that is the hotel may be necessary to a larger project. At times, hotels have been built in areas slated for mega events such as a winter or summer Olympics. A saying in the industry is, "You don't build a church just for Easter Sunday." Applied to the hotel industry, that is interpreted to mean that it may not be wise to build a hotel just for a 3-week sell-out event. A longer-term concern would be whether the travel industry, leisure, and business is going to support the addition of another hotel property and that particular. So, ayun, sa hotel as real estate, sinasabi dito na sa isang area o sa isang community, kinakailangan may sariling property kapag magtatayo ng isang hotel. Dahil yun yung pinaka-importante na kailangang gawin, na kailangang hanapan. And then, sabi dito, kung may malaking proyekto na gagawin, halimbawa dito ay may mga event na malakihan, such as winter or summer Olympics. So, ayun, may kasabihan nga dito na you don't build a church just for Easter Sunday. Hindi tayo pwedeng magtayo ng isang simbahan kung gagamitin lamang ito sa linggo ng pagkabuhay. And based on my opinion, ng church naman is pwede itong gamitin sa araw-araw, pwede mo itong puntahan para makausap mo si Lord. And kung i-apply naman natin to sa hotel industry, so kapag tayo nga daw ay magtatayo ng hotel na kailangan hindi ito pang madalian lang, kumbaga ito ay magagamit natin. Kapag may mga business naman tayo na itatayo, syempre kailangan nating mamuhunan, kailangan nating maglabas ng pera para mapalago yung business natin, and kailangan din natin ng mga tao na susuporta sa atin kapag tayo magtatayo ng isang business. And another reason supporting investing in hotels could be that the underlying value of the real estate and its appreciation are more important consideration to the investors than the profitability of the hotel. The ability to increase revenue is not flexible in other real estate projects have a higher risk than other real estate. Find favor with investors especially during the optimistic growth pace of the hotel industry cycle. So ayun, para lumago yung isang hotel industry natin, kinakailangan andun yung pagpapahalaga natin sa isang business na itatayo natin or sa isang hotel na itatayo natin. Kailangan andun yung pagpapahalaga dahil kapag andun yung pagpapahalaga natin sa mga bagay na ginagawa natin, andun yung paglago nito at magagamit natin ito sa pang-araw-araw na buhay natin. International hotel development. Regarding international hotels that focus for new hotel development is in Asia. According to Lodging Econometrics, Wall Street considers the growing offshore development to be a significant component of their analysis of US-based hotel companies and real estate investment groups. As of late 2009, there were 784 actively pursued construction projects encompassing 208,847 rooms in China alone. China is the focal point of lodging construction in the Asia-Pacific region and has the highest percentage of projects currently under construction at 73%. So dito sa international hotel development, pinapakita po dito na ang Asia Pacific region ay ang pinaka malaki ang percentage dahil sa mga mas marami silang ginagawang mga hotel or marami silang mga pinapatayong mga business, kaya mas malaki yung percentage nila. Correspondingly, China is projected to be the largest tourist destination in the world by 2020. The 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing added momentum to the development trend along with Shanghai, a major world-class financial center, Macau, a major gaming destination, in the nervy resort of Taipa and Cologne are contributing to the pipeline numbers with the average size property exceeding 700 rooms in this location. Yanjia is also a major location for new hotels, with 44% of the new properties planned near outsourcing office center in the cities of Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Mumbai. Thailand is the third largest area in Asian hotel development. New hotel openings peak at an exceptionally high 856 hotels and 140,852 rooms in 2008. So yun nga, sa India, meron silang mga bagong tinatayo na hotel o may mga bago din silang properties na nakaplano na itayo at gawin. And in the cities of Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Mumbai. Yan, so yung Thailand nga daw ay ang may pinaka pangatlo sa malawak na area in Asian hotel development.
The securitization of the hotel industry. The securitization of the hotel industry refers to the influx of funds into the industry in return for equity and debt securities issued by publicly traded hospitality companies. Debt investment and commercial mortgage-backed securities. Commercial mortgage-backed securities are fixed income investment products that are backed by mortgage on commercial properties rather than residential real estate. CMBS can provide liquidity to real estate investors and commercial lenders alike. Other sources of debt financing. Small business can obtain debt financing from a number of different sources. Private sources of debt financing include friends and relatives, banks, credit unions, consumer finance companies, commercial finance companies, trade credits, insurance companies, factor companies, and leasing companies.
Sources of equity investment. Principal sources of equity investment in lodging include real estate investment trusts, initial public offerings, and secondary stock offerings. Real estate investment trusts, as noted earlier, REIT are companies that own and in many cases operate income producing real estate. Real estate may include residential properties, shopping centers, offices, lodging resort properties, and malls. Although some REIT finance real estate, others directly own or operate income producing real estate. Other publicly held companies. As we noted earlier, companies such as Intercontinental Hotels and Marriott have long been publicly held, owned by stockholders whose shares are publicly traded. These and other public traded corporations are often referred to as C Corps to distinguish them from REIT, which are also corporations. Secondary offerings. When a company that is already publicly traded issues additional shares, those shares are referred to as secondary offerings. From 1991 to 1997, REIT and C Corp raised $11.5 billion through secondary offerings, including both debt and equity. That amount reached nearly $27 billion during the 7-year period, the vast majority of it in the last 4 years of the time span. Equity investment and joint ventures. As the economy slowly improves, more investors are turning to hotels and real estate as the stock and mutual funds have not provided meaningful returns. This has resulted as a great deal of capital seeking hotel investment, often from non-traditional hotel investors. Instead of selling the asset outright, an option is to sell the portion of a hotel. Public funding. Public funding refers to a public tax dollars. The use of public tax dollars, particularly in the building of convention centers hotel, has been a contentious issue for some time. Typically supported by a city leader, investment bankers, convention bureau, meeting planners, and some hotel management companies, many hotel owners feel use of public funding to compete with their own hotel is unfair. Securitization and competition. When more funds flow into the industry, it becomes easier to build more rooms, increasing competition. When capital has been more readily available and in a rising stock market, effectively less costly, mergers and acquisition of hotel chain has increased as well. Real estate investment trusts have been active players in the M&A field too. The financial power of REIT is substantial. Because of their ready access to the public capital market, they can manage large acquisition with their new stock issue. The stock either can be used to raise cash toward the purchase price or can be given to the seller as a part of the purchase's price. In the effect, REIT have been the power to virtually coin money as long as their stock market value holds up.
An operating business. The hotel profitable operation is often the first dimension of a hotel deal that students of hotel management consider. As we have just noted, however, hotel companies and other developers have significant business interests outside of operation in both development and franchising of hotels. This does not mean they are uninterested in operation. However, in fact, Marriott requires the buyer to sign a management contract on hotel in developed so that Marriott retain the right to control the operation, quality, and to profit from the management of the property while expanding the chain. Segmentation for guests or developers. Much of development of varied product segment economy, all seats, executive floors, super luxury can be related to specific market segment. For example, economy segment are aimed to rate conscious customer groups such as retirees. Residence Inns has a clearly targeted segment in mind, as do other extended stay properties and full service hotel upscale range of product. From executive floor to super luxury, is for the expense account market and the wealthy traveler. Trusted all sits together. Hotel target upper level executive on weekdays and upper middle income families on weekdays. Segmentation certainly meet guest needs. Encroachment. In the franchise business, the practice of loading additional franchises into, into the same market with one or more existing franchises is called encroachment. The new franchisee is seen as encroaching on the market area of the existing franchisee. In the hotel business, encroachment is often referred to as impact. The sales and profit of the existing franchisee are said to be unfavorably impacted. Encroachment has been a significant problem in the past for the some companies. Especially the problem becomes very clear when the additional property has the same brand name and share the same reservation service. Managed companies. The arrangement between management company and the hotel owner, a management contract, is described by Professor James Eister from Cornell Hotel School. A management contract is written agreement between a hotel owner and operator in which the owner employs the operator as an agent to assume full operational responsibility for the property and to manage the property in a professional manner. As an agent, the operator pays in the name of the owner. All property operating expenses from the cash flow generated from the operation is retained its management fees and remits the remaining cash flow, if any, to the other owner. The owner provides the hotel property to include land, building, furniture, and fixture, equipment, and working capital, and assume from legal and financial responsibility for the project. Entrepreneurial opportunities. We should pause here to know the significance of management companies function for those who want to have ownership interest in a hotel. Management companies serve a need for mortgage holder and developer that can also be filled by individuals. Those individuals who, through education and experience, prepare themselves to manage a hotel can regard a time of economic reverse for the industry as a time of opportunity for themselves. In particular, with locally financed properties that can get into trouble occasionally, there is a real opportunity to secure an ownership position in return for assuming an existing mortgage. This kind of opportunity is more likely to occur with older properties, and so the importance of a good food background in order to merchandise the property is clear.